Hi, everybody. Frank Pennacchi, Realty Executives, and welcome to this month's blog podcast. Now, this month we're going to tackle something a little bit different, something I have no control over. And for the real estate agents that subscribe to my blog, this is really not for you. This is for the people that are thinking about selling their home in the very near future and go to Zillow to try to get an idea of what their home is worth. And I'm going to tell you why that's one of the biggest mistakes you could possibly make. About a year or so ago, I received a referral for a wonderful family that wanted me to sell their home and actually help them buy their house in New Jersey, which I was able to do because I'm licensed in both states. But I only do Jersey as an accommodation for the clients and my customers from Staten Island and Brooklyn that are looking to move to Jersey. And in a way, it's a pretty good deal because I'm able to coordinate both sides, because inevitably something always goes wrong. Either the buyer in Brooklyn is not ready to close while the Jersey seller is ready, or vice versa. And being able to handle both, it kind of like eases it, and I can control it a little bit better, if you understand what I'm saying. Recently, I got a phone call from Mary, who said, "Frank, you got to help my father and mother. We finally convinced them to move to New Jersey, be close to little Anthony, and it really helps me because I don't have to go for all that money for daycare. Mom will watch." Okay, we make an appointment, and I go. I get to the house, and everybody's waiting, and there's Mary, John, her husband, little Anthony, Mr. Joe, and his wife, Maria. Well, I go through my presentation, which is kind of unique because I have everything on a tablet. I have a proprietary software that is just blows people's doors away when they see it. They can't believe it. And, it helps me sell houses in less than 30 days most of the time. I go through my presentation, and there's Mr. Joe just staring at me. He has no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But, of course, Mary and John, even little Anthony is there like this, and, he likes looking at the pictures and everything else. And my brain is 2 sentences faster than what's coming out of my mouth. I'm trying to build like a crescendo. I mean, when do you tell? You never know when do you actually say, boom, this is what your house is worth. And it's coming up, and then all of a sudden I say, "Mr. Joe, I believe I can get you about 1.3, maybe $1.35 million for the house. No problem at all." And all of a sudden I look, silence, total silence. Mary's got a big smile on her face. Her husband John is saying, "Man, the old man's got to throw me $500,000 for this." Little Anthony is just... And Mr. Joe tells me, "Mr. Frank, no good. The price is wrong." And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, he must have got one of those letters. Anybody get one of those letters in the mail from these real estate firms? My sister gets them every month. There's a space for the address of the house, and there's a space for a price. And my sister gets these letters, and it says, "We have buyers." Not that we might have buyers. We have buyers that are going to pay $1.6 million for your house. Now, this is my sister. No matter how much I try to, and I love her, no matter how much I try to add for this and for that, I can't come up with more than 1.3, 1.4 million. These people are telling her they got buyers willing to pay 1.6 million. So I'm thinking Mr. Joe must have got one of these letters. Or somebody came to the house, knocked on his door, and told him what the letter would say. "Hey, do you want to sell your house? I got buyers, they're willing to pay." But it turns out none of that is real. What happened is he told his brother he's going to sell. And the brother said, "Well, your home is worth, you know what?" They went to Zillow. The nephew, the brother's son, went to Zillow and came out with a price. And Zillow told them that his house was worth $1,050,000. That's $250,000 less than what I told him I could get him. And this is what's going on with Zillow. They have no idea what your home is really worth. They're 3,000 miles away. They go by square foot. They take some comps. Comps are old. I mean, when the house says that they sold and they closed in January, they didn't really negotiate that deal till August of last year. So everything is wrong. You must have an up-to-date feel for what's going on in your area. And the only way to do that is to either call me or call my competition. They'll be more than happy, I'm sure, to give you the same information I would. I remember back in the day before Zillow, I'm doing this 28 years. I used to, before I rang the bell to go in to say hello to the homeowner and explain everything about how we go about selling their home, I used to walk around the house. I would check the pointing on the bricks. I would look at the windows, the condition of the windows, the condition of the vinyl siding, the concrete in the backyard. I mean, you live there. You take these things for granted. Buyers, they're going to make issues of this. And they're going to try to use this to negotiate the price, to get it lower. So, now I still do it, but I also look for the Z. You remember like in Zorro? When after he used to help the families, he would, before he rode into the Blue Yonder, he would put his mark. He would put the Z on the house. Now, as I look and check the pointing and the windows, I'm also looking for the Z, so I know exactly what I'm up against when I go in the house. Anyway, thanks for listening. And please, if you have any questions or want to know what your home is worth, give me a call at 917-757-7205. I would be more than happy to help you. Or go to my website at brooklynnyhomes.com. There you'll find some also pertinent information to help you. I'm losing my voice. Speak to everybody next month. Thank you all. Bye.